Hello everyone, I'm Yeti from BU Gaming, and today we are back in Animallica, and I've been crafting up some more trank arrows so that now we can actually trank these and explore the last little bit of Corpse House, so we can kind of finish this off. Even though we did cleanse it, right, I still kind of want to explore the last little bit, see if there's any more animals or any goodies to find. There is actually a little blue metal rock up here, so we're definitely gonna go and grab that. I do have a good amount of these now, so it's not that critical with snakeweed, but we are gonna need a lot if we want to tranquilize all the animals in the game. So let's just grab this. There, nice. And then we're gonna go down here. So I ended up buying 10 of the red mushrooms that we needed for the tranquilizer. I've just made 5, which was enough for 10 tranquilizer potions. You just need 1 for each, and it's only 50 gold. It's 5 gold for each mushroom. I prefer finding them in the world, and I do know where I can go and find them. I just didn't want to jump into a new biome now to go and look for them. I could have gone through and started exploring Nova, but well, for once I tried buying some. I don't often do that, but it's just personal preference. It's much easier if you just go and buy it if you're missing some of those mushrooms, especially if you don't know where to look for them, right? Okay, so we have a little horsey, and then we have these. I think we're actually gonna go with the horse first, because that will get startled if I'm gonna be chasing that cow over here. So let's just try and deal with you first. There we go. Don't run too far, little one. Okay. As long as you're running that way and not over there somewhere. Cool. So we got a flea-bitten grey Arabian horse. Cool. Okay. So, alright. These do have a tendency to run far, but it only takes 2 arrows. So as long as we're not too far away from them, it should be okay. And at least I know there's no more enemies in that direction. So it's not a problem at all. There we go. Nice. Let's grab this little carrot as well. There we go. And yep. Oh, stop with all the looting. Come on. We need to move on. I absolutely love exploring all the different biomes in Animallica, but for some reason, as soon as I start getting towards the end of a biome, and I know, okay, now we don't have much left, I start getting impatient because, oh, I want to move on to a new one, right? Kind of a change in scenery. And see something new, see some new animals, and just explore something different. I think we can all need a change in scenery every now and then. And for some reason, I can always sense it when I get to this point. I'm like, oh, come on, you need to move on. But of course, I'm not gonna stop with the hoarding, because we always need a lot of resources. So let's see. Let's actually try to stay up here a little bit, because maybe I can get a little overview of things in case there's any animals down here. Well, there is actually only this little bit here. I had a feeling we were very close to being finished, but there is actually only this little bit here. At least there's a rusty sword down there, but I don't recall there being any animals in this little part here previously, but that doesn't mean there isn't any. But I don't see any right off the bat. I don't see any movement at all. It's a little bit hard to see though here, with all the plants and everything. But yeah, no, I'm not really seeing anything. What kind of rock is this? No quartz on it. Okay, let's leave it. I have also been doing a little bit more grinding, running around, just collecting resources in this biome since the last episode. So I've built up a little bit more resources of different kinds. There we go. Nice. Let's grab this, and ooh. We've got you, and then another one of these. They are so easy to spot in Corpse Harbor. I found quite a few of them. I did a little run around doing some resource grinding. I think spending maybe 45 minutes or something, just kind of running through the terrain, the parts we had already explored of this, and kind of just collecting whatever I came across, not really expecting anything specific. And I got like 4 of those strange boxes in that time frame, along with a bunch of other stuff. I think only 1 rock with blue metal though, and maybe 2 with quartz, but still, it all adds up. And then of course a whole bunch of other resources. So there we go. That was a Corpse Harbor. Yep, we are done. Nice. Well, that's good, because I really really wanted to move on to something new. But I think what we're gonna do is head back to base and just kind of do a little bit of house chores, as I would call them. See if there's anything we need to craft or build, or can craft or build, before we jump into a new biome. And I'm still debating with myself where we're gonna go. I think maybe, see, that was another strange box. The nice thing is there's very little vegetation here, so they're easy to spot. But you can also find them in places like Green Hills and stuff. But Green Hills has a lot of grass, so it can be really hard to spot these things unless you turn the grass off. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe we'll head off to Kitsune's Den. It's not usually how I go about doing all these biomes, and it's not necessarily the order I would recommend people to do things in that I've done now. Because, for instance, if you want to train all the animals, it's not the best place to start in Corpse Harbor unless you want to just buy the mushrooms. But if you want mushrooms, it would have been better to, stick with Nova or even go to land base, and then you would get the mushrooms you needed to make all the tranquilizer. So there's pluses and minuses with all of it, but Corpse Harbor has a lot of nice resources, so it's definitely one of my favorite biomes to just go and do a resource grind in, because you get so many different things. But anyway, let's head back to base. Oh my, it is dark here in Slice Land. It is nighttime. Okay, but look at that nice sky. That is very, very pretty with the moon and the stars and everything. Well, I think we're just going to go and take a nap. You probably can't see much of anything on the video, but I did put an extra sleeping bag that we found down in here in the house, so I don't have to pull out the one I have in my inventory all the time. So let's just take a little nap and make sure it is morning. Yeah, it's still a little bit dark, but there we go. Look at that. Okay, what time is it? It's only 6 o'clock. Well, okay, but some biomes get fairly bright already at 5, and sometimes at 6, and sometimes you have to sleep even longer, but it kind of depends on what you want to do. But I'm gonna go and look in this. So time is gonna pass, and then it's gonna get brighter anyway, so it is fine. We can actually make the varnish in here. It used to be made in a cooking station, or when it used to be called a kitchen, while way back, if I remember correctly. That's why I mentioned previously that I wasn't sure where we could make this. We needed it to make armor. Oh, now I forgot. There was actually something I wanted to check in Corpse Harbor, because we do have a tannery there. And to make a tannery, we are gonna need glass, which I don't think I've found any of yet. We can make it in the stonemasonry though, but I don't have everything I need for the stonemasonry yet. I think I need the clay. I don't have any steel pickaxe, but I can make it. We can should be able to make the chisel. We should be able to make everything. It's just, and go and get some clay. We can do that. So it's not really a big deal getting this, but I don't think I have enough to make this yet. Then we need sand, but I don't think I found any sand either. I don't feel like it's something I used to need much of in the past. I don't know if they changed the recipe on this, or maybe it was easier to find glass. I just never really feel like in the past that I ever needed to make glass. I've never really had a problem making this, or I don't know what's different. Because I noticed the same thing when I started my beta playthrough, that I suddenly couldn't do this because I needed glass for it, and I don't know if it's because they changed it. I can't remember. But anyway, there are some biomes like Burning Sands probably, and yeah, some other ones where I would assume it would be very, very easy to find some sand, and then you can make the glass, but you can also find glass in loot. You might actually be able to buy it. That could be another thing to check at the materials trader, to do things differently, actually spend some money, especially since I'm going pure bow and I'm not really interested in any kind of weaponry this time, or firearms. Then I don't really need 2000 for a sniper rifle. I might end up buying it just to kind of show it off, because it's a really good weapon to have in this game, and makes things a whole lot easier. But it's also expensive to get all the 50 caliber bullets for it, of course. But anyway, that might be the thing to do that. But anyway, let's go in here. I want to make some of these, so I need some timber and nails. Look at that. Oh wow, we have the purple sky. I love when it's a purple sky. It varies a little bit what the skies look like in the game, and I absolutely love the color of the purple. Just probably not surprising when people are used to my thumbnails and the colors and that. Let's go in here. Did I actually have any timber? I do have a little bit. And, oh, we need nails as well. Let's grab some of those. So what we are gonna start with doing is to make some of these. I'm gonna need at least 3 for right now, I think. So let's do that. Let's actually make an extra one. It doesn't have to be these ones. I just kind of like them kind of in a, you know, thematic way. I don't know, that happens sometimes with the inventory that suddenly I can't see any of the categories. You can't make this bigger or smaller. You usually can't. For most of the storages you can't, all these like specialized storages. But I kind of like using this because it fits my idea of when I'm playing, because I'm always hoarding a lot of these animals before I eventually might place some of them down. Other people prefer to only go and capture maybe 10 animals at a time, or, you know, fill their inventory, and then they'll, you know, cure and tame all of them and get them placed before they get more, because they feel bad about having them left in storages. But I kind of like I play with the idea that once I have tranked the animals, they're kind of in stasis, or whatever you'd call them, right? So you put them into this storage, and then they're just kind of tranked there, lying around, waiting until you are ready to tame and cure them, so they don't feel anything in all that time. That's kind of my idea behind it, but it's very different how people play and how they role play it and all that jazz, right? So that's why this kind of fits well for me. I'm just trying to decide where I want some of these. So it's gonna be a little bit messy. I'm gonna place some of these kind of around, so that's where I'm kind of storing my animals, right? I'm thinking maybe behind this little. It's because this tree, has this tree always been here? I seem to recall the last time I built in Sliceland, which was a long time ago, that I had a bunch of these sitting right here, but there was no tree kind of in the way. But I know Slice often makes changes from update to how things look, and so it might have changed, or maybe it's just my memory failing me. Yeah, that might be the idea to do this. Let's do this. Let's see, do I have it up? Yes, I do. Where's that house? It is there, so let's move it back a little bit, and can I... Well, I would want to have it out a bit, I think, so that it doesn't hit this wall. We put 3 of them. I don't know if we can fit 3 of them, though. Let's see how that looks if we put you there. Yeah, I think it's okay. It's not really interfering with anything. And then we're gonna line the next one up. Okay, definitely can't really fit 3 of them, but I can probably fit you about there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but oh crikey. Yep, it's the wrong way around. That always happens. Okay, well, let's just get you picked up again, and then we're gonna try this again, and then we're gonna turn you around. There we go. Now it's the right way around. It's the right way around, and then we're gonna try and get you more or less lined up. There we go. And then, yeah, I can actually fit a third one. That's good. That's good. It's what I was hoping for. So we're gonna have kind of tree here. It doesn't really matter. There we go. Nice. Something like that. So that's the beginning to our kind of animal storage, right? I don't know, it kind of feels right. You have this boat coming in over here, you know, I'm pretending that I'm actually using this, and that's how I'm transporting, because how are you going to fit all those animals on a balloon? So I'm kind of imagining that I'm also sometimes using this boat, and then we're kind of transporting in a lot of the animals that way. And then in these containers here, right? So that's just kind of my idea. So anyway, let's go here. We need some animals. Let's see what I have. I have all of these. I'm trying to remember what we have gotten from Nova. What did we get from Nova? We got a couple of cows. We got a fox. Let's leave a fox in here. We got... we also got a couple of dogs and some... did I grab a bunny? I think I grabbed a bunny. Well, we have a couple of bunnies or something. Let's move all of these in here. Fortunately, I can have a bit more there than I have in my own inventory. So I'm gonna try and keep it all separated by biome this time around. So we're gonna see. Let's see. You are definitely from Cobb's Harbor. The pigs are from Cobb's Harbor. That was from Cobb's Harbor too. Yep. I think we'll maybe keep the vivarium creatures separately because we don't really need to put them back to any biomes or anything. Stuff, King Corso. I think all of those were from Cobb's Harbor. Oh, there we go. That's how far we can get with that. So let's go back out here. And then I don't want anything to get messed up, so I'm not gonna say to inventory because I feel like sometimes it can kind of mess up a little bit if you do that. So just to be sure, I'm just gonna move them like this. And here we go. So this is a lot of rearranging things. Let's see, where did we find the beagle? That was in Cobb's Harbor as well. I think all these guys were from Nova. This one was from Nova. This is from Nova. This is from Nova. This must be... yeah. Okay, so all of these I think are actually from Nova. They're also sitting nicely together, so it kind of makes sense. I don't think it was these cows, though. I feel like it was these cows we got from... I feel like it was two of these that we got from Nova. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to rewatch my videos, but I think it was something like this. Right, so the first we run into is a fox and two bunnies. Right, and then I picked up a black bunny right before we meet the two cows. And then the two dogs sitting next to some of the buildings. And then I think we got an extra bunny, but I can't really remember if we actually grabbed it in Nova over by the, when you get into the actual area with the balloon. Didn't we grab one there? I think we did, but I don't know. It's not really a big deal. It's not really a big deal. I just want to try and get them sorted out more or less. There we go. See, we still have some room. Nice. Okay, so you can see this can quickly take a lot of time trying to sort all this out, but at least now we have an empty inventory there. And do I have... I guess that was all the animals. Maybe we didn't grab any. Where I'm thinking that we would have grabbed one. Let's grab you. Ooh, the snapping turtles. Yep. I did move them over here somewhere. Let's put you two in here, and there we go. Let's grab these. Nice. Move something over here, so that gives us an idea of how many animals we had in. So there are 50 slots, right, in each of these containers. So there are 91 animals that I have found in Cobb's Harbor. In case you guys want to compare or something with your own finds, then that's how many I have found, including the gorehounds, gorehound cubs, for instance. Okay, but now that is sorted out, we have a bit of room here, and then I also wanted to do this and say all of these are from Cobb's Harbor. And so far I haven't found any extra ones when I've been running around. I've only done it on the side where the town is so far, when I've just kind of been going back to do a bit of resource grinding. So far, you know what, I think maybe we'll put the vivarium. Let's have the vivarium creatures in here. But yeah, so far I haven't found any animals that I might have missed or anything. In the... there we go. In the... in the biome when I was doing some resource grinding. There we go. Okay, so... Ooh, I have another kitty. I have another kitty, so we're talking 92 actually. There's no little bunnies, not these ones. I think we have only found the Dutch ones in Nova. I'm gonna have to rewatch my first video because now it's bugging me that I can't remember. But anyway, we also need room for somewhere for our Nova animals, of course. So let's line this up. But we are definitely gonna need a couple of containers for that as well. I do want it to look kind of a little bit messy here. Like, you know, that we've just kind of popped these containers down a little bit. I think maybe we'll put one here and then maybe have another one kind of over here. I don't remember how many we're gonna need for Nova, but for instance for Green Hills you'll need at least 3 containers because there's over 100 animals to get there. It's one of the most populated ones. If you want to use these containers in it, well, it doesn't matter what container. As long as it's the one with 50 slots, you're still gonna need, yeah, something like 50 or something, right? So, yeah, let's see how that looks if I put you there. Kind of have them just lined up a little bit. And then I am thinking, no, let's just make one more. And while we're in here, I also wanted to check for one, this, what do I need for it? I just need some timber. Then we have the new suspended shack. I kind of want to have a look at it, but it doesn't look as practical as the old one because it doesn't look like you can go around the side. Maybe you can go behind there, I don't really know, but it doesn't quite look like it. Where this one might be handier. Because you can actually walk around and look through the windows. Because what I would use it for, or that I usually bring one of these along, is that in some biomes, if there's a lot of hills, it can help you a lot to get you up. You know, you can place one of these down and then you can stand up higher and look for animals, for instance, in the grass, if they're hard to spot, or if there's something up on a hill. The problem is if you're coming up, you know, up a slope, and going up the hill, then you can't see what's on top and you can't really get a good aim at it, especially if it's animals. They might run away before you even get up there. And then it can be handy to just place one of these down somewhere nearby, a little bit further away, or if you have a hill nearby, and then you can stand there up there and then kind of see it, right? Or it can bring you up higher because sometimes another hill might be too far away. Or you can use it even for combat, so you can stand up here because the enemies won't climb up to you, then you can stand and shoot. The only thing I've had as a problem with that is that sometimes they'll just stand underneath. But it works really well for you know, scoping out animals and tracking them, especially foxes and bunnies and things that are small and only takes 1 arrow, for instance. But I also often bring, for instance, this one, which can be used for combat. It's really handy. You can just stand inside because the enemies won't go inside. So it's just another example of cheesing the game, or cheesing the enemies in the game if you are a little bit, if you don't really like the combat that much, but you do want to play the mode with all the combat. You can also use it in peaceful if you are trying to track a pack of wolves or something, then you can just stand right inside and then they'll run up and they'll be right out here. And then you can just shoot them that way. So I usually do that just to show it off. That it's an option for those who prefer to do that. I was kind of thinking if I wanted to have one on top. Kind of just for a little bit of extra. It is a little weird with it because if you have it up here, it kind of has this part that sticks down. So you kind of have to move it back. Nah, I don't really think I want that. I could have another one here. Nah. Or we could have an extra one here, or just kind of put it. Nope. Nope, I don't like it. I don't like it, so that's not what we're gonna do. But there we go, we got that far with that. So let's see what else we have. That took a while. Then we can make, we need to make some more timber. I don't think I want to do max, but at least I want some. So I'll just do something like this. Yep, and then we're gonna go in here, and then we can make... It doesn't have to be the small cabin. You can probably use some of the other buildings as well. It's just nice because it's small. You do have to kind of put it down and then bring something like a sledgehammer so you can pick it up and take it with you, but it's quite handy. So this we also... Oh, I need even more timber. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna max it then. I didn't actually have that many. I thought I had more wood logs on me, but okay. And now we need wood logs and rope, but we should be kind of okay on that. How much rope do I have? I do have 56. Yeah, let's just go for it. And then we needed logs. So let's bring some of these along. There we go. Let's try and bring this one so we can see what it looks like. And I actually still have the resources for this one, so let's just make one of those as well. It also takes some rope though. And then I wanted to see, what do I need? I think the main thing that I'm missing is glass. For instance, if I want to make the weaving hut, it's probably a good idea to make this before we make this, or make this, because they both take glass, which is the main issue with making them, is they also both take rope. And if you make the weaving hut first, you can actually make the rope from plant fiber in the weaving hut. So if you're low on rope and you don't have 40, I think we need 20 for each. I did already, I just chose to build something else, but if you have 40 rope at least when you want to build these two, it's not a problem, but otherwise go for the weaving hut first, because then you can always make more rope. And well, we found a tannery, so I'm kind of thinking I want to go and do that. But the thing I was missing was the varnish. So we need seaweed and animal fat. I think that's all we need to make some armor, but I think I'm gonna go and check, because I don't think I want to turn all of it into varnish, because we don't really need that much. We probably only need... If I make something like 10 varnish, that should probably be enough. So we're gonna go and get this. And then I needed animal fat. That would be in one of... That would be there. Right, and then we are gonna make... let's make 12. I'm thinking that should be enough. Not that there's a huge use for any of this, so it probably wouldn't be a problem to make all of it into varnish, but there we go. Let's do that. And then I need to bring some leather straps. Let's bring the animal hide. I can't remember exactly what we need, but we're gonna need things like... Well, also let's bring this, and let's bring the leather. Because I don't think we have everything we need to upgrade to the highest level yet. That would be monster scales, but let's just bring them. There we go. So now we have all these different types of leather. I don't think I've found any crafted leather, but we can make it in a tannery. Yeah, I'm not seeing any crafted leather. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna head back to Corpse Harbor. That's definitely what we're gonna do. Let's try and make sure that we're not gonna starve to death or dehydrate. Okay, so if I remember correctly, the tannery is right on the other side here, and then over in that direction. So that's where we're gonna go. I can't remember if we can see it. I think we have to go over one more. Or through this valley and over the next hill maybe, but it's where the big rocks are. Oh, it's actually right here. Nice. Okay, well then it's no problem. Yeah, it is no problem whatsoever. Then we're gonna see if we have everything we actually needed. If I didn't forget anything. Ooh, let's grab the chilies. Yep, there we go. So we can spice up some things. This is also kind of new to me. I don't usually make use of these buildings, but hey, let's just do it. Oh, nice. That was some rope. Okay, so we need... That was the original one. If I want to upgrade this, yes. So we need tank top, we need 10 leather straps, and then we need 4 crafted leather. So let's see if we have everything we need for it. We just need 1 varnish, so I did remember that correctly, that we don't need a ton of it, but still we're gonna need 4 varnish. four of these and 4 leather for each, so that's like 16 leather just for 4 of these. Let's see how much we need in total if I want to upgrade these. I need 4 crafted leather, 6, that's 10, so I probably didn't make enough varnish, did I? So that's 10, and then... yeah, I made too little. But I also didn't bring steel ingots, so I'm gonna have to go back anyway, but at least we can upgrade these 2. Right, so we just need 10. Let's just make all of... oh no, it actually... ooh, cancel. Did it just say 48? I didn't need 48. Okay, I completely miscalculated there in my head. Because it was 1 van. Oh, it's because it gives 4 each time. I completely overlooked that, so we definitely had enough. But anyway, now we have enough crafted leather, that's for sure. So let's just make one of these. You do have to pay attention to this little number here, and I often forget to do that. I just look at the numbers down here and then I forget that some things actually give you more than 1. And you can see I can actually upgrade these right away. So that's what I'm gonna do. This one gives me, the original was +5 defense, then we get +10, and then this one gives us +20. So since we have what we need for it, I'm just gonna upgrade straight away. There we go, and I'm going to do the same for these because we've got the monster scales of the scorpions, in case you guys haven't noticed. There are some other monsters in the game that will give monster scales as well, but we haven't encountered them yet. But the scorpions actually give you monster scales as well, and most of the monsters give you hard skin. So the only thing we need here is 2 steel ingots and another 2 steel ingots here, so we need 4. Because we have to do this one before we can do this one, because it's part of the recipe. You upgrade this armor all the way, right? So you need these leather boots to make these ones, and then they are reinforced to make the hardened. So we don't have enough monster scales though. Well, I think we might wait a little bit before running back here to do that, but at least now we are actually doing a much better. Wow, look at that. So now we have 55 defense. Lovely. Just need to upgrade our boots. But we can do that at some time. I'm gonna build the tannery myself anyway. I just figured let's just make use of it since it's here. I just like this, that's the nice thing about them adding these buildings, is that you have this option. We didn't in the past. For most of them you had to actually craft them or build them, but now at least you have the option, so you don't have to build them if you don't want to. If you want to be a bit more of maybe a nomad and not have too many or not have a huge base with a lot of crafting stations, then you can just use the ones in the world. But of course it depends on having found them in the first place. So anyway, that was it for today. That was a little bit of a weird episode, I think. Completely or more or less unplanned what I was gonna do. But I think we might head off to Kitsune's Den next. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to check. Let's do it while we're here. I wanted to check if we could get glass here, because we can do that. I couldn't remember. You can buy the sand here, so if you haven't found a biome that gives you sand, I don't remember, I think maybe I've gotten a little bit of sand from somewhere in loot. But there are some rocks in the game that will give you sand, and my best guess right off the bat would be Burning Sands would be a good place for it, because it's a desert, right? Akali might be good for it as well, maybe Dorado might be good for it. But it's just a matter of exploring and figuring it out. But otherwise you can buy the sand here as long as you have built the masonry. We can actually also buy the clay here if we need more clay to make the stone masonry. But I'm not really in that much of a hurry for it. Just mentioning that it is an option. But nope, we can't buy the glass directly. But yeah, once we have the stone masonry, we could just go here and buy the sand. So that was it for today, guys. We are gonna continue with this next time. So thank you for watching, and as always, do take care and happy gaming.